Greetings, peace and blessings. This video is to congratulate and commemorate the island of Barbados on their 1 year as a republic anniversary. Congratulations, Barbados. I want to tell you much blessings, much prosperity, and hope you have many, many more. Thank you for your commitment to the West Indies Federation. We won't be making any negative remarks about anyone or any place, but we want to speak some hidden truths because there's a lot of unhidden and untold stories. I want to read this. The West Indies Federation was established by the British Caribbean Act of 1956 with the aim of establishing a political union among its members. The Governor General was Lord Halley's of Britain, and the Prime Minister was Sir Grantley Adams, Premier of Barbados. The federal capital was located in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, in 1956, there was an attempt to make the West Indies Federation. This was organized by some people in Barbados, the Governor General from Lord Halley's from Britain, and the Prime Minister, Sir Grantley Adams. The federal capital was located in Trinidad and Tobago. This is an untold story. I'm congratulating Barbados on their 1 year anniversary as a republic, but there's backstory. And for us being born post-slavery, post-colonial occupation of these territories, a lot of stories get left out. For example, talking about that, Barbados is approximately here where my fingers, this pinky finger is. If you can see North America up here, North America, South America, this is where Barbados is. This is the Caribbean. This is the Caribbean islands right here. And of those of you who don't know the story, I'll tell you really quick. Okay. So we have Spain, African continent, right? African continent, Spain. Christopher Columbus wanted to sail west around the world and arrive back. He wanted to sail west and come back here to India, which would be over here. They told him that the world was flat and he would fall off. He knew different because he was in the Canary Islands. Some of you may know about that. And so what he did was he sailed this way. Did not know that these lands were here, these islands were here. Thought that he was in India and called the natives, which were Caribs and Arawaks and Tainos, as they were called by Spanish, started calling them Indians, and eventually thought he was in India, and the name West Indies came into being. That's where we get the name West Indies for this area. I want to say some stuff that people don't know, may not know. Some of us know, some of us don't know. Some of us, we're hearing that for the first time. I want to also say, if you understand the message that I just read about the Federation. Political union, for those of you who worked in any industries in the United States or England, or any industry that you work, a plumber, and you know before you got into the union, if you were making $25 an hour, when you got into the union, you were making $35 an hour, and you had a whole bunch of benefits. This 1956 act was pulling all of the islands and countries colonized by England into a union. You come in a union, you have more numbers, you can make more demands. Your pay is going to go up automatically. Your benefits is going to go up automatically. So when you worked before you got into the union. Once you got into the union, you got prevailing wages, you got more money. So this objective of the federation was to improve the livelihood and lives of the entire region as a whole. Because individually, they can nickel and dime you. They can shake you down. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You give them 500,000 individually and 200,000 individually, but when you combine it, you have a million. So now you have numbers, just like when you're in the union. When you are negotiating for a higher wage, they're paying you 45 an hour. Or negotiating for 3 months, and your contract runs out and you're still working on the old contract, right? The old agreement. It's called the collective bargaining agreement. The collective is all those 10,000 people in the union. Because of the numbers, when they come back and say your contract is ratified, you're going to get $46.50 start September. You might get another 50 cents starting January. Collective bargaining agreement. This was what was going to happen in 1956. I have to tell you another story. Between 1989 and 1995 in New York City, there was a club called Wetlands. It was 2 blocks south of Canal Street on Hudson Street. Wetlands. There was a band still around called Skadanks. And one of their friends that they used to invite and play on the stage, his name was Puppy Ranks. And he used to sing this song, which was not his original song. It was a song he took from an artist by the name of Sting out of England, who used to be in a group called The Police. Sting is the name of the artist. The song name was Englishman in New York. Between 1989 and 1995, this was a show at Wetlands. Now, I heard Puppy Ranks do this particular song many times over before that, but this particular night, Puppy Ranks was a MC, a rapper, a toaster, however you refer to it. He DJ on the mic. He raps on the mic. He wasn't signed to any major label. It wasn't a big, not putting him down. He wasn't like a big time known artist. Virgin from Brooklyn. This particular night, there was an artist who was signed there. I won't say the artist's name. I won't say the country or island that he's from. Puppy Ranks did the song. The song goes like this. See me walking down Fifth Avenue. Hear my accent when I talk. You can see it when I walk. I'm a West Indian in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm a West Indian in New York. This was in the early 90s. That artist heard that song that night. Won't say his name, won't say where he's from. Took that idea. Now, mind you, Puppy Ranks sang, I'm a West Indian in New York. Puppy Ranks was from Trinidad. He didn't say, I'm a Trinidadian in New York. He said, I'm a West Indian in New York. The artist who was signed, who was there that night and heard it for the first time, a few months later, went to the head of his label, recorded the songs, went to the studio, recorded it, put it out. But when he put it out, he changed that part. He didn't say West Indian in New York. He said the place he was from. I'm telling you that story because if I didn't tell you, most of you would never know how that song came into being. That's the hidden part of the story. The important part This wasn't an idea that this guy made up of his own. He heard it from somebody else, took the idea, and ran with it. So I'm here to tell you that story. I'm also here to tell you that story because you could listen to me and say, you wasn't there in 1956 or 1963. What do you know about that? But I was there 1890 to 95, and I saw that. I was a witness when that happened. So take that story, I'm trying to educate the youth, and think about and research what happened in 1956 to 1963 with the West Indies Federation. It's like very relative. The same thing happened. Basically, same thing happened. So with that, I want to say congratulations to the people of Barbados. The reason why I'm telling you that story, because if I didn't tell you that story, you would not know it. And it correlates with the anniversary of Barbados because it is my view to tell you this, to be completely frank with you, that the Governor General, Lord Hales of Britain, and Sir Grantley Adams of Barbados, and all of the other islands that were interested in benefiting from this union, Antigua, Anguilla, Grenada, Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, all of the islands that was interested in benefiting from it. And the people who were in charge, in my humble opinion, it was in their view that today we would not be celebrating 1 year of Barbados as a republic. Instead, we would have been celebrating 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years of the United West Indies Federation Republic. If everybody took their seat on the bus, Barbados was at the steering wheel, just like your union delegate goes to the meeting and come back and tell you, hey, the contract's ratified. Starting September, no more 45 an hour, 46.50. If everyone took their seat, got rid of their nationalism, got rid of their ego, Barbados was always a first world island. Hard to explain. Their relationship with Britain was above the rest of the territories. That's just a fact. You can hate it, like it, love it, discredit it, burn it, doesn't matter. They had a different relationship with Britain. Barbados is like an extension of England and the Caribbean. Matter of fact, they're called Barbados Little England, Bimsha. That original Wailers album that was like a cigarette lighter had an oval sticker on the back. Manufactured in where? You think Britain? America? Jamaica? Manufactured in Barbados. That was the one in my house. That takes a special machine, a customized machine. You expect to find that in Europe, not in Barbados. But that's the level of the industry and infrastructure Barbados had. So, the West Indies Federation would have been today. Today, instead of celebrating a year as Barbados a republic, we could have been celebrating 10 years of the West Indies Federation. That was the dream of Lord Hales and Sir Grantley Adams and the Federation capital holders in Trinidad and the people in Guyana, the rest of the islands, Antigua, Barbuda, wherever, etc. In any event, I want to give a shout out to some noted people that Barbados has provided over the years. The great Sir Garfield Sobers, 365 runs not out. Great cricketer, batsman. Some say, rightly so, the greatest cricketer, batsman that ever lived. Respect to Sir Isaac Vivian Richards. Respect to Brian Lara. But Sobers, if he had some teammates that could put up another 135 runs, the record would be 500. Rihanna, when they were brutalizing black folks in America and they asked you to do the Super Bowl, you declined. Real West Indian gal. Love to work with you, Rihanna. You're the greatest. Dennis Bovell, great musician. There's a song by a girl named Janet Kay of England called Silly Games. Dennis Bovell played the drums, the bass, the guitar, keyboards, organ, synthesizers, and mixed it. I hate to throw the word genius around loosely, but if he's not a genius, he's close to it. Dennis Bovell. You know, in the hip hop genre, you have two founding fathers. One is Kool Herc from Jamaica. The other one is Africa Bambaataa from Barbados. Another very prominent person is Grandmaster Flash. He's also from Barbados. So one could say you have three pillars of the founding of hip hop: Kool Herc from Jamaica, Bambaataa from Barbados, and Grandmaster Flash. So 2/3 of so all three of the people who are founding fathers are from the Caribbean. Hate it, like it, discredit it, it's fact. 2/3 of them are from Barbados. Not to mention also another person, Dougie Fresh is also from Barbados. Dana Dane is also from Barbados. And I want to give a special shout out to my friend John Royt, musician. 1992, we were in Japan together. 1993, I ran into you in Colombia. You were at Spice and Company. I don't know if you remember, a lot of people, you guys were kind of by yourself. And I came to your room. Hey, you dudes, what's up? Smasher was playing percussion. And last but not least, Mr. Van Gibbs, music entrepreneur. You guys know that song, Heartbeat? Make it feel so big. The great musician, music entrepreneur Van Gibbs. The man has supported me. Sometimes writing me every day on the internet. This is a successful businessman. Born in Trinidad, father from Barbados, came to New York, did the thing, made it, and now he's chilling in Barbados. Mr. Van Gibbs, much respect, my friend. 100% big up to you. Barbados, congratulations on your 1-year anniversary. Hope you have another 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 years as the Republic. Peace, love, and blessings.